Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to Sunday School Online. I'm so glad you're back with us, and I hope you've been enjoying what we've been learning about over the last few weeks. We're back today to learn more about Jesus from the Bible. So far, we've learned that Jesus said that he is the Son of God. Some people believed him, and some people didn't believe him. But then we learnt about how he showed that he really is the Son of God because of all the amazing things he did that no one else could do, and that he rose from the dead. He came back to the life after he died on the cross. We also learnt that we should listen to what he says because of who he is, because he is the Son of God. And that loads and loads of people came to listen to him. And we learnt last week about a big crowd that listened, and they came from all over to hear what he had to say. There were so many people, way more than what we would have in our school classes, more than 50, more than 100, more than 500. There were actually more than 5,000 people in the crowd listening to Jesus in our story last week. And they wanted to hear what he had to say. And today, we're going to learn about one thing that Jesus taught. Something that's so important that we all need to listen to. And we should listen because Jesus said it. And because of who he is, it's important that we also listen to. But first, before we talk about that, my friends really wanted to say hi. They were so excited to hear that you were coming back and they were going to see you again that they told me that they wanted to dress up. Look at them, a little bow tie, some nice dress. Oh, see, they don't get dressed up too often, so they don't really know how to dress themselves. There you go, that's better. What's going on over here? Someone's put their socks over the top of their shoes. You need to put your shoes on after your socks. The socks goes on first. What about, someone else has got it on wrong. You put your jumper on last. That top should go on first. There's a specific way to put on your clothes, and I'm sure all you boys and girls know that. Do you know what? That reminds me of what we're going to learn about today. Jesus was talking about something, not about what order you put your clothes on, but he was talking about something more important, about something we have to do first before anything else, and we need to put God first. Loads of things are happening in our lives and we're busy and we think about loads of things, but Jesus taught us to put God first. And he taught the people in big crowds this using a story. Do you want to hear the story? Do you all want to hear the story? Yeah? Yeah. Well, the story goes a little like this. There was a man, and he was a farmer. He had loads of fields and grew crop for food. And this year, his fields were so full of crop. There were loads and loads and loads. And when it came time to collect it all up and store it away, there wasn't enough room. His barn where he stored all the crop was full. It wasn't big enough to hold everything. So he had a problem. What to do with all this extra food, all this extra crop? And he thought, I wonder if he might have thought, there's so many people out there who don't have enough food. Well, I'll give them some of my crop and they won't be hungry. Wouldn't that be a nice thing to think? It would. But he didn't think about anyone else. Maybe. I wonder if he thought, a lot of people don't have money and they have loads of things that they need and they can't get them. I'll sell my crop and I'll give them money so that they don't have any needs. That would have been a nice thing to think. But he didn't think that. He didn't think about anybody else. I wonder, maybe he thought, it's God who's given me all this crop. He has made my fields be full of crop. I will thank him for all he's given me and ask him what I should do with my food and with my crop. It would have been a really good thing to do. But he didn't think that. He didn't think about God. He only thought about himself. He put himself first and what he wanted. And he thought and he thought and he came up with an idea. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all the crop from the fields and I'm going to tear down my barn and make a really, really big one. So big that everything will fit in and I'll keep it all for myself. He knew that if he kept it all, he would have enough money and he would have enough food to keep him happy for a long, long time. That's what he decided to do. But that night, God spoke to him. And God said, "You fool! Tonight, your life will end. You're going to die tonight. Then what's going to happen to all the stuff you've kept for yourself? Who's going to have it?" What God was saying was, you have been so selfish and you have made the wrong decision. You have decided to put yourself first and not me. And Jesus used this story to teach everybody that they should put God first and look after others and not to think about themselves first. Maybe we can think about it in a slightly different way. Let's do an experiment. Okay, so what you see here is 3 glasses and this one's empty. This glass represents your life and we need to fill it with loads of things. And these sweeties represent the different things that we have in our life. So you may have little things, and that's maybe things that you do for fun, sports, stuff you play with, people you see. Those are the little things that are represented here by our Skittles. Then we have slightly bigger things represented by our bonbons here. And that might be school or family, friends, big things in our lives that we love to spend loads of time doing. And we fill our lives with all this stuff. But we also have this, our big chocolate bar. And our big chocolate bar is bigger than everything else because it is really important, and that represents God. And we want to spend time with God and we want Him in our life as well. So if we put everything into our life, let's see what happens. We put all the Skittles into our life. We put all the bonbons into our life. And then we put God in. And God doesn't fit in. We filled our life with loads of stuff. And then we want to put God in. And it doesn't fit. Well, let's see if we do it a different way around. Let's say we take our life. We decide we want to put the chocolate bar in first. We want to put God in first because He is the most important. Now will everything else fit into our life? Well, let's see. This way, everything fits in. You see, when we put God in first, because He's the most important, everything else will fit in. Maybe you can do that little experiment at home. You can get your favourite sweets and get them into a glass with the chocolate bar and see if you can fit it all in. And remember what Jesus taught us through the story about the farmer. He teaches us that even though there's loads of things that are in our minds and we think about and we love to do so much, that we remember it's really important to put God first, to make God the most important thing and to spend time with Him and to thank Him for everything else He has given us. So you remember to put God first, to thank Him for all He's done for you and for what He's given you. And look forward to coming back next week and learning a little bit more from the Bible about Jesus, about what he did and about what he taught all those people back then and what he's still teaching us today. So I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I look forward to coming back again and meeting with you again. Bye!